computer. All right, so the recording's starting now, and welcome to week 3. And let's not mix that up with chapter 4. It's just that I think in week 2 we covered chapter 2 and 3. So we're up to chapter 4, but it's not week 4, it is week 3. Preventing fraud. What is the big thing that you should be up to now? The big thing is there was a money slide that we presented in last week, and that money slide was creating a culture of honesty, and the other one was just creating that system of controls and physical controls and expectations of punishment and all of the physical side of preventing fraud. But creating that culture of honesty was so critical because it really focused on hiring the right people, hiring honest people, and creating a positive work environment and having employee assistance programs. And why do you think, this is a question to you now, why do you think it's important to create a culture of honesty and that tone at the top with regards to the fraud triangle? Why are we focusing on that so much? Question, answer, anyone? Hello? Because we want to, remember, people will commit fraud if they have 2 or 3 things. Remember, what are those 2 or 3 things? Either they have pressure, they have the opportunity, and then they have rationalization. If we create a good culture of honesty, that doesn't change the opportunity to commit fraud, but it can alleviate the pressure to commit fraud, and it can neutralize your tendency to rationalize if you were to commit fraud. All right. So it's working with the mind game side of the fraud triangle. Now, of course, the second group of ideas is having the internal control system in place, having frequent audits, having an expectation of punishment, things like that. That is to try and neutralize the opportunity for fraud. Remember, the fraud triangle is about the pressure, the opportunity, and the rationalization. So the culture of honesty, that first circle, is all about managing 2 sides of that triangle. The other area is eliminating fraud opportunities, is really focusing on that third element of that triangle. Wow. All right. So just keep that in mind that some people are asking, well, what's the exam going to cover? It's going to cover stuff I'm talking about now. Like the exam is covering stuff in every week. So it's just something that it's not fair for me to say, let's learn all about preventing fraud, but in 6 weeks' time, the exam is only going to cover week 4 and week 6 and week 8. That's not fair, because for you to really appreciate the whole fraud element and to be a good consultant, you really need to understand this fraud prevention. So the exam will cover fraud prevention, it will cover fraud detection, investigation, and legal action. It will cover all 4. And so fraud prevention is what we've covered in the first 4 weeks, and also chapter 4 today, preventing fraud. And if we focus on fraud prevention, then it's likely we can neutralize or minimize the need to detect fraud and costly fraud investigations and legal action. So that's the money slide. Creating a culture of honesty and minimizing opportunities for fraud. All right. So that's the big takeaway from chapter 4. And again, as I've made very clear, creating a culture of honesty and eliminating fraud opportunities. And if I'm just looking at what I'm sharing, we are sharing screen too, so that is good. All right. And there's more detail in the chapter about that, but this is the money slide. Okay. If you know this very well, you know every little part well, that is what you need to prepare for the exam. Someone asks, what's the exam going to cover? It will be asking questions in any of these areas, creating a positive work environment, code of conduct, and so forth. What you need to next take away from chapter 4 is the notion that companies tend to be in this mindset, that is, they don't prevent fraud, or they don't have adequate systems in place to prevent opportunities for fraud. And then a fraud incident occurs, then they investigate, which is very expensive. Then they take action, and then the resolution. It's very expensive. And what companies need to do is shift their mindset to be focusing on creating that culture first, that tone at the top, education, integrity, risk and controls, reporting, proactive fraud detection, investigation, follow-up. So you can see that this is a more proactive model, and it's really the proactive model starts with the first two items, which is missing from the reactive model. And those first two items come from creating a culture of honesty, all right? So hiring honest people, creating that positive work environment through, education too, right? Education and training, it helps a lot. All right. So they're the big things you need to take away. All right. Question for all of you. And now I want you to put comments in the chat room to answer. And this is what an exam question can look like. Okay. Nellie works for a large Fortune 500 company, heads the information systems department, works closely with the accounting department. The company works with many associates. They have many buyer and supplier companies. Nellie knows a lot about databases. Recently, Nellie has become concerned about the integrity and reliability of the accounting. What proactive steps can Nellie take to ensure systems and accounting integrity? Can I ask you to type into the comments now, please? That means now, please. Hello?
Yes,
Hi, sir. I'm typing.
I'm
Sorry.
typing. I'm
Okay.
typing.
All right. Just, you don't have to type a paragraph, but just, okay, good. Maybe we should have a noisy keyboard so when you're typing, I can hear you. Okay, so we've got separation of duties. Yes, because in some ways, Nellie is doing a lot of different things, right? Internal controls, audits. You need to be very specific. You don't just say audits per se. You need to think audits by company managers, because you may not want to rely on the company auditor, because the company auditor may only come 2 or 3 times a year. Okay. Conduct regular internal audits. That's better. All right. Be very specific. Implement strong internal controls. Invest some programs that help buyer and supplier communicate to order track orders. All right. I'm just saying, if I'm Nellie and I want to steal some money, what can I do? I could create some fake company suppliers, right? And then get them to send invoice to the company, and the company pays invoice to the fake account, which is what I control. And then I get money from the company. Okay. So we need to have a system that ensures that all suppliers are vetted. They are not fake suppliers. Okay. All right. So you got the idea here. All right. So that's one thing to think about. One more, case number 7. Okay. Okay. So Danny is under pressure. He steals parts from the garage and sells them on the street for cash. What could Grant Automobile have done to prevent Danny's fraud? Danny's under a lot of pressure. All right. So go back to that double circle. What parts of that circle are relevant here? Could you type in, please? Stock takes, yeah. Regular stock takes. Create a positive organizational culture, yeah, because it's about trying to neutralize the pressure on Danny to rationalize what he's doing is the right thing, right? Because at the moment, his boss is a pretty cold person. And so therefore, if you're working for a boss like that, then it's easy to rationalize to steal from that person. Clear code of conduct, okay? Implement inventory control. Gadia, you're very controlling of people. I understand that. Hiring honest people, okay? Have better background checks. So you've done background check, but none of you have. There's one other part in creating a culture of honesty that you're missing. What's that? Having employee what? Having employee assistant programs. All right. So you're reaching out to employees. I know things are tough, costs of living and all of that. And please help us to help you if you need help. And so that's a proactive way of trying to neutralize that other element of the fraud triangle. Okay, we're trying to neutralize the pressure to commit fraud. And also employee assistant programs, it may help neutralize the fact that the boss is not a nice person. Or the employee assistant program may help the company understand more about how good or bad the boss really is. Okay. So, this is creating that culture of honesty can help deal with those things. All right. And of course, many of you mentioned stopping the opportunities for fraud, which is the second circle. But don't forget that first circle. All right. All right. So all well and good and well done on that. And so you can look at the other cases, case 11, case 13, and the answers are provided online. And so the big thing you want to take out this week is that all of you, if you know this very, very well, and you know chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 very, very well, especially 3 and 4, you can start consulting in this area. Okay, you can start giving advice in this area. I'm not saying that it's professional advice, not as an accountant, because you're not accountants yet, but it doesn't hurt if people ask you for advice. You're studying forensic accounting, and ordinary business owners, this is something where they're not even thinking about. It's the last thing they're thinking about. They're just thinking about trying to make as much sales as possible to put food on the table. All right. They're not thinking about, well, that worst case scenario where someone they hire turns out to be not a good hire. Are you with me here? All right. So just keep that in mind. And basically, all of you are a consultant from day one of your school studies, day one of your business school studies, because you're giving advice if you know something just 1% more than the person you're giving advice to in that particular area. So don't hold back if people ask you. You just got to say that, well, this is not professional advice. I'm not certified, but have you considered this? Have you considered that? Or maybe you need to try this, and it's up for your friend or the person you're talking to think about, ponder, and maybe get further advice as a result. All right, let's do a Kahoot, shall we? Because we've got to try and make this weekly happenings interesting, and then we're going to do the groups. Are you with me here? Is that a good idea? What do you think?
Yep, good idea.
Good idea.
Have you played Kahoot before?
Yes.
I tell you what, it makes it really hard to. Now I can get in. All right, I'm going to log in, and you're either going to play. Log into Kahoot. Let's just see if it works. All right, this is Neil's Kahoot. No, I'm not going to pay for those plans. I'm already paying. I'm already paying a minimum plan, which enables me to run it for up to 50 students. If I had the free plan, it's only 15. So we want to go to forensic accounting, and then we want to go to chapter 4, preventing fraud, and then we're going to host live. So if you can all enter now, we're loading, and we're going to play this. Are you ready, Ski Daddies? Loading the game pin. And of course, we need volume. We love our volume because we love the Kahoot music, don't we?
Yes.
Can you hear that? Yes or no?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the music.
Okay. Let me put on this meeting information, whiteboard docs, transcript, breakout, reset. Let's just have a look. Optimize, share computer sound. There you go. Now you can hear it. Am I right?
Yes.
All right, we've got Julian in, we've got Stephen, Natasha, Tram, Harry, Mitch, Guards, Murphy, Ada. 9 of you. Come on, we've got 2, 3 more now. We've got 11 questions, and then we're going to do our groups, and that will finish us up for today. And look, you'll find coming into this online group each week, you'll learn something, we have some fun, and come back and you get to know other people in your cohort. So critical. Anyone else? We've got 9. Deanna, are you joining us? Natasha, you're in. Stephanie, are you in? Stefan, are you in?
My link's not working.
Julian, Ada, Harry, Mitchell, Zoe, Murphy, you're in. Era, come on. You have an error. Zoe, do you want to try again? Kira, you have an error too. You're using the game PIN or you use the QR code. Maybe, if not your computer, maybe you try your smartphone. Can that work? Deanna, you're in, so there's no error here. There's 10 of you. What's happening? Kiara, still got a problem? Smartphone worked. Okay, Kiara, try your smartphone. So you scan with your phone and just use your smartphone. Does that work? Still says error. Okay, let's start because it will take minutes to play. So we want to start. Kira, I hope you can bear with us. Stay online. Harry's got a skull for his icon. That is great. Diana, you're in with us. Zoe, are you with us? Zoe, you're in. That is so cool. All right, let's start this thing. We've got 11 of you. Going. Let's start. Are you ready, Ski Daddies? Can I hear you? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Yes, you can turn your microphones on. Preventing Fraud, Chapter 4. Let's go through this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, quiz. 1 out of 11. People will often be dishonest if they are placed in an environment of... Oh, 10 of you. One got it wrong. This is so cool. All of the above. You're on the
I
right-
didn't see the screen. Oh my God.
You cannot see the screen. Let me just
Yeah.
uh
Hang on.
let me go back to screen sharing.
Mm.
Stop share. Let me just share the screen again. Is that better?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
But we're not going to go back. Let's go forward here. All right. All right. Harry, Murphy, Mitch, Deanna, Natasha. All right. 85185. All right. So ready? Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Should we start again? We'll continue.
No, let's not start again. I'm leading right now.
Don't start.
I wanted to laugh. Yeah, keep going, please.
All right, let's keep going. You'll catch up. We'll get back in
Yeah.
there because I don't think Harry will win. Actually, I think
Whoa, sir, what is that supposed to mean?
I think Deanna and Natasha's going. Which of the following factors contribute to creating a corporate culture of honesty, and openness?
Oh.
All right, we've got 10 answers already, so that is great. And 8 of you have got it right. Both A and D. Hiring honest people. No. Performing criminal background checks and having a well understood, respected code of ethics. Okay, so this is creating a culture of honesty and openness. A and D. So it's hiring honest people and performing criminal background checks. 1, 2, 3. A and D. Yeah, it is the red and the green. And apologies that they don't show A and D, and that should be the correct answer there. All right, Steve's made a big move. Harry is still on top, followed by Murphy, Steve, Ada, and Zoe. All right, Ada's made a big move too. Which of the following personnel and operating policies contribute to a high fraud environment? We're talking about high fraud environment. Wow, management by crisis, definitely. Rigid rules, definitely. Poor promotion, yes. High employee lifestyle, absolutely. It must be all of the above. If you haven't got that, what did we get for that last one? All right. Murphy's on top. Deanna, Harry, it was all of the above. Diana's on her burn. Harry's dropped off. Ada, Steve is going well. Come on, Murphy. Let's see how good you are at this one. The single most effective tool in preventing and detecting fraud is usually... All right, they all seem to correct, but which one is most correct, okay? If you only have one thing, you must have a good system of internal controls, okay? Remember, others are important, but you must have a good system of internal controls. Harry, sorry about that. Ada's made a move, Zoe's made a move, Deanna and Murphy, but you're still in with it. You can come back. We're only 5 of 11. Which of the following factors generally results in a high fraud environment? High fraud, not low fraud, okay? Oh, wow. It's definitely not hiring honest people. Definitely not providing EAP. Autocrate management. 9 of you and 2 of you said A and B. All right. Remember, high fraud environment. That's the environment you do not want to have. Autocratic management can contribute to that. Diana's dropped out. Harry's made a move back. Zoe and Murphy are on top. Tram is coming in up behind. Which of the following aspects of fraud usually results in the largest savings? What have we got? The largest savings. Okay, maybe they all do savings, but which one gives you the largest savings? What did we learn? What's on the bottom part of that pyramid? It definitely isn't fraud detection. It is not fraud investigation. It must be fraud prevention. One of you didn't get that right. I'm looking for 10 of you to get this right. Tram is up there. Harry's made a move. Zoe's on a 6 correct answers in a row. Well done, Zoe. And Murphy's in the top, and Mitch is coming up the back. All right, which of the following is usually the most effective tool in preventing and detecting fraud? 7 of 11. We've got 4 to go after this. Most effective tool in preventing and detecting fraud. Having a good system of internal controls. Next week, you're going to find out. The internal controls will help to detect fraud, not just prevent. Okay. We're talking about detecting too. All right. Next week, we're going to learn more about detection, the 5 big symptoms of fraud. Harry's making a move back. All right, Murphy's on top, followed by Zoe, Mitch, and then Steve. That's our scoreboard. Murphy, can you hang on? Which of the following is a typical fraud model that describes most frauds? Most firms. Most firms. Remember, we're talking about the reactive model, not the proactive model. All right? It's always going to start, the reactive model is always going to start with the fraud incident. Which is definitely the blue, right? Yes, you got that, and 8 of you have got that. This is reactive. Firms are not going to save money by just reacting to fraud all the time. They've got to go proactive, focusing on creating a culture of honesty. We have Murphy on top, followed by Zoe, then Steve, then Mitch, then Tram. Tram has a streak of 7 correct answers in a row. That is well done. Which of the following is not recognized method of eliminating fraud opportunities? Not a recognized method, okay? So negative, this one. Be careful. I think that's green. Oh, engendering employee goodwill by having lax rules. No, that's not going to work. All right, that's going to create opportunities, actually. Murphy, sorry about that. You really dropped off with that. Zoe is our new leader, followed by Steve, then Mitch, then Murphy, then Tram. Tram again, answer streak of 8. Well done, Tram. Really good. Next one. Which of the following is not a reason identified by Deloitte while whistleblowing systems fail? Why do whistleblowing systems fail? The culture is important. Lack of anonymity. You have pressure to comply. That is not a reason. All the other three reasons are identified why whistle-blowing systems fail. That was a tough one. That's probably the toughest question for all of you because it was a negative question. Oh, Harry, how did you do that? How did you know? Harry's back on top, followed by Zoe, then Steve, then Mitch, then Murphy. All right, 11 of 11. Last one, alerting vendors and contractors to company policies often results in I think the Blues have it on this one, but let's see. It is the Blues, yes. And let's see who is on top. Here we go, the podium. Congratulations all. Can you put your microphone on? Mitch, where are you, Mitch? Okay, Steve and Harry.
Now we see
Unbelievable.
the video.
Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And then Zoe
That's
and
why he's
Fran.
the GOAT!
I can't believe it.
So I proved you wrong.
Absolutely. Good
Well
on
done,
you.
Harry.
Look at that. That is so cool. You better do a screenshot of that. That is so cool. Well
It's gone on
done.
my Snapchat story. That's why he's the GOAT! He's the
Yes.
GOAT!
All right. Look at that.
Yes.
That is so cool. I'll do a screen capture of this. This is so cool. Love it. Kahootopia. We love it. Claim rewards. Yeah, that is good. And we're just going to take a screenshot. We can do that. All right. Okay, done. Claim rewards. Look at that. Oh, now we're going to play two focus. Preventing fraud. 70% correct answers. Achievement. Well done. Making history. Social studies all and achievement completed. Back to basics. Brilliant. Okay, hang on to that one, Harry. I think that is so cool. Well done. All right, Kahoot just wants to keep you in the game. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, there we are. What we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you all to join the what do we have to do now? We're going to find out your groups, and in order to do that, I need to go into forms, and we've got sheets, and we're going to have our teams. Now, the link to this is provided in the LMS, and I'll explain what you need to do. How many of you have joined the groups? And we're going to stop the I'll just briefly, then we'll stop recording. So what you have to do is you need 4 in your team. And so this one here, Egg, Theo, Ho, Nook, and Min, they've chosen 4, all right? So they're correct, all right? So basically, they've got this case, and so the Fantastic 4, they only have a choice between 5 and 6. Why? Because the other team has already chosen 4. You with me here? Online, Harry, your group, you need to come up with a group name, and I'm
Yeah,
looking
we've decided
for,
on one. I just can't edit it though. It won't let me.
it won't. Oh, okay, all right.
It's
I need-
going to be Stratton Oakmont.
Yeah, let's make it clear. I want the online group names. You must be one of the following. It must start with let me have a look. HIJKLMNOP. Yeah, we're going to, you'll have to start with Q, you'll have to start with R or S or T, U, V, or W, and X. And so you have to choose from the top, all right? Because I want organization and names. And you may have noticed that the groups that are in the class, they have chosen group names that go from A to K. You notice you've got Egg for E, Fantastic Four for F, Lehman Brothers for L, High for H. You with me here, all right? So this is online. I want you to choose one of these letters, preferably starting at the top, all right? Because it helps me to organize the groups, if you're with me, okay? Because I know that the in-class groups go from A to K, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, something like that. The online would start at Q and then go on from there, all right? So Q for Queen, or you've got R, you've said Stratton, okay, that's fine. You've got that. So S is taken, all right? So this is taken, right? You with me here? Okay, that's good. All right. Now, can you edit? You still cannot edit. Let me just have a look. Copy request, copy link copied. Let me go into the chat room so then you can get it. Let me just go into the chat room. Try that again, Harry. So I've put the link, and can you try that, please?
Oh yeah, I just updated it now. The Stratton Oakmont, that's me. I
Alright.
had to get the app, that's why.
Okay, that's great. And then while it's recording, so benefit of those not in the group, I just want to show you that you've chosen your name, all right, starts with S, so that's fine. Like we want to do the Q and R and T and U before we go to VWX, all right? This is online. We're talking about online group names. Must start with a letter. Number 2, Harry, you need to choose whether you want to do case 4, 5, or 6. And like before, other online groups choose one and then you have one less choice. Are you with me here? All right. And
Yeah.
Harry,
I'd have to discuss with my group though.
yeah, that's
What?
fine. You discuss with your group, but make sure that you get you're in contact with Natasha and Pino and Murphy. Are you with me here? All right. Don't
Yeah, we've all made a group chat and everything, so
good. Well
that's
done.
fine.
Well, and then maybe you say, "Oh, no, we don't like these cases. We want to do 10, 11, 12." Well, then you might need to choose a slot down here. You with me here? So we want to kind of spread the cases out, and we don't want just any case popping up in any week, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
That'll be fine. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I've basically explained how this works, and then once you know your time slot is there, and then it's up for you to make sure that you turn up exactly on those times and you're ready to go. Like you're ready to go at this time. You have your PowerPoint ready, you're ready to present as a team. Like you're not just 4 individuals. So you need to rehearse and practice together. It is worth rehearsing and practicing, because if you want to get those as much as a H or HD in those 30 marks, then you have to practice, you have to rehearse. And so when you're discussing with your group, make sure you choose a case that you think, oh, I could get excited about that case. And if you're excited about the case, that will help you to present well. You're with me here. So I'm going to just stop recording. Let's just let's have a recording.